Welcome, Fixed Body Group members. I'm reaching out today to acknowledge, obviously, this crisis and what we're all doing together and how we're in this together to make sure that we're all safe. As you've seen, while we treat, we're wearing masks and we're wearing gloves. And how we sanitize our office and the equipment we have to do so, we're in stock, and the offices are extremely clean for you. And I just want to really enforce that so you feel safe when you come into the office. I do have a favor to ask. If your complaint or your challenge that you're experiencing is minor, consider doing your corrective exercises at home to see if that alleviates the problem that you're having. So the exercises that we've shown you in the past, this is a great time for you to really hit them hard so you can make these changes to your own body and be independent and taking care of yourself. For patients that need our care, we're still open and we want you to come in. We're here to help you. And for that, we are here for restricted hours. Our hours are not full-time currently. So please be conscious of what our hours are at each location. And again, if you have a situation that you really need help with, we are here to help you. That's our job and that's our purpose. That being said, I want to acknowledge a gentleman by the name of Dr. Tony Scarcella. He's our medical director. I think it's really important to acknowledge these people that have to go to work to help care for us as individuals. He's in the ER daily helping people get well through this crisis and putting himself and his staff at risk so we can be better and so we can be safe and protected and to keep getting better during this time. So Tony, I want to thank you personally along with everybody else that's out there doing great things for humanity during this time. My small thing I'd like to do for everybody today is I'd like to get people moving. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to step away and get changed, but we're going to do a 20-minute workout where I'd love for you to follow along. I'm assuming we're all sitting down way too much over this last few months, and so lower back issues may have rise. Postural problems can compound on themselves, and I'm sure everybody's neck is bothering them from looking at their phone or being on their computer. So we're going to go through 20 minutes of exercise to address your lower back, posture, and neck. And my hope and expectation is that you will follow along and do these with me, and then save this video, and then do them daily as well. So we're going to take a break while I get changed, and then we'll get right after it. Welcome back, everybody. I have a few disclaimers before we get into the exercises. One, the microphone may shut off or may be ruffled a little bit due to the exercises that we're going to be performing. So please excuse any of those type of technical difficulties during this. Also, Chris is here and he's filming for us. And so you'll see him kind of move around. So you'll see him in the reflection of the mirror. So again, this isn't meant to be a great video production. It's more about helping you understand the routine you can go through to help your lower back, your posture, as well as your neck. I've tried to wear my mask. It's not going to work. Chris is okay with it. So we're going to just have the mask by my neck to reinforce how we should all be safe during these times. But I'm really excited to show you this flow and this routine. So let's get right after it. We're going to start by standing. So if you're standing or seated, if you're seated, let's get up. And I'll go through these a bit slow so we can all do it together. And we have time to adapt to maybe some of the challenges you're having at home. But to start, from a side view, we're gonna retract our head. So we'll make a double chin here. Roll your thumbs back and pinch your shoulder blades together. As you do this, tuck your butt underneath you and suck your belly button in. We're going to hold this position for 10 seconds. Make sure you don't shrug your shoulders up. Keep them down. And maintain that chin retraction. It should be difficult for you to speak if you're in this position. Let's go ahead and relax. And again, retract your chin. Pinch your shoulder blades together. Suck your belly in, tuck your butt underneath you, depress your shoulder blades and squeeze. As you can see, this is the opposite position of what we've been in for the last few months. and relax. At home, when you're doing this, I'd like you to complete it 5 repetitions. Again, retract your chin, pinch your shoulder blades together. I'll actually spin around so you can see me from the back. Tuck your butt under, stand tall. And what we'll do on this movement is we're gonna roll our shoulder blades around our thorax or our rib cage. So even though you see my hands moving, it's really my shoulder blades going back and forth. Do 10 repetitions of these. Maintain that chin retraction, keep that butt tucked, and roll those shoulder blades. And take a break. Facing the camera, what you'll see now is that we're gonna hold our body in a position where our torso doesn't move. However, our pelvis is gonna move. So play with this. From a side view, we're not gonna have our butt way out. You'll be tucked under, holding your torso stable. We're going to twist. Keep practicing that. If you have to brace yourself, you could bend over a little bit and do the same thing. This is a great exercise for golfers or anybody with lower back pain. So again, let's keep that going. Practice this. You can do this exercise all day without hurting you. This can only help. Really try to only move your pelvis and keep your torso stable. From that position moving forward, what we'll do is put one hand behind your back, one hand on your stomach. Your arms are doing nothing. However, it's guiding the movement. So we're gonna tuck under and push back. Tuck your butt under and push back. You're simply doing a pelvic tilt standing. So from a front view, we're gonna tuck under and push back. Tuck under and push back. I use my arms, so I just simply get a feel for it. Again, from the side view, tuck under, tuck back, tuck under, and tuck back. Great exercise for any golfer or anybody suffering with lower back pain. One more time, let's go into rotation. Twist. Don't let your torso twist. This is not easy. And let's go into a tilt. Tuck under and back. Under and back. Okay, back to the head now. Head and neck. We're gonna have our shoulders in a good position. However, we're simply gonna push our head out and retract our neck back. Forward, back. Don't let your shoulders round, keep them back. The movement, however, is all in the neck. What I want you to think of is a railroad track coming from me straight out to you. And you want your head to follow that track. Meaning, you don't want to look up and you don't want to look down. So from a side view, you don't want to look up or down. You want to follow that straight train track out, out, back. These last 3 exercises you can do all day long. A couple of the other ones you want some rest in between and you want a day in between possibly. But this is something where you can tuck under, tuck back, twist, and retract. Extremely healthy for the discs of your neck as well as your lower back. So please focus on those. All right, let's take your left arm, bring it behind your back. Right arm on top of your head, and let the weight of your right arm pull your head over to the right. Hold this for 5 or 10 seconds and switch. Right arm behind you, left arm on top of your head, and let the weight of your left arm pull. Taking your right fist, put your right fist into your jaw. Make sure you're in good posture. Retract your chin a bit. Turn and push your head a little bit further. turn, push a little bit further. You should get about 5% more movement when you do this. So if I'm here, retract, turn, push. When we start to lose range of motion, we don't realize it. When we start to force ourselves into ranges that have been restricted or lost, we can regain them. So please really force yourself into that movement. If you've noticed that you're having difficulties looking over your shoulder while you drive, this is a great exercise to do before you get in the car. So practice this one. You can do this also as much as you want, but remember, it's not about forcing yourself into a pain zone. It's simply about turning and then gently convincing your neck to go a bit further. We must get our glutes working. So we're gonna do some air squats. What an air squat is, and I'll show you from front and back, front and side, would be from the front. What we'll do is have our feet in this position, slightly angled out. And as we come down, arms will come up and we'll squeeze. Now, when we come down, our knees are gonna come out over the outside toes, okay? So down, up, down, up. I don't wanna see your knees coming in and up. Make sure the knees track over the outside of your toes. Up. The arms are your counterbalance. So as you sit back, you're allowing your body to be a bit more balanced. From a side view, as we come down, we sit back in a chair. So we sit back and come up, sit back and come up. The difference would be coming forward and coming up, coming forward and coming up. That's not so good. That's actually hard on the back as well as the knees. So what we'll do is sit back and come up, sit back, come up. So let's do 20 of these at home. I'll do 5 if you're continuing to watch, so I don't start breathing heavy into this microphone. And then facing forward, up. Again, what you're doing is you're developing a lot of strength in your glutes by doing this exercise. You're also decompressing your lower back when you go deep into that squat, okay? When you come up, last point on this is you want to squeeze your glutes at the end. So it looks like this. Here, squeeze. Here, squeeze. Take your time, finish up the next 5 or 10 repetitions. Okay, if you have a TheraBand or any type of elastic band, you can put it on anything at home and you can go through some rotational movements. So some people will be like, I'm checking out, I don't have a band, it's time for me to sit down. Not so much the case, because what you can do while we do this exercise is a movement where you'll create a twist. So if you have a band, you'll follow me. If you don't, you'll do this exercise. So from behind, you'll come back and up, back and up, okay? Obviously you'll do both legs. So here, here. And what you're focusing on is making sure your torso stays straight ahead as you come down. You should feel it in the deep muscles of your butt. Good. For people that have a band, stand with your feet turned out a bit, and you're going to twist and slowly come back and twist and slowly come back. So let's do 15 of these. Obviously, we'll do the opposite side. And twist, slowly come back. if there's one thing that's really important for you to do, it's as you come out, that's fine to go fast here, but you slowly want to return. You also want to make sure your butt's tucked underneath you so your hips aren't in that curved position. So butt's underneath. Good. And if you don't have a cable, again, it looks like this. Down. Excellent. Okay, time to get on our hands and knees. Let's have our hands underneath our shoulders, our knees underneath our hips. We're going to start with our belly falling through our shoulders. And now we're going to drive our spine up to the ceiling. Belly down, spine up. Down, spine up. If we want to make sure we hit our lower back more, what we'll do is simply round at the back and then let the pelvis sink in. Round at the back, lower back that is, and relax and let the belly sink. Here and here. The difference for your upper back would be here, here. Notice how my elbows stay locked? If we want to accentuate the lower back even more, we're just going to lean back 1 inch and you'll feel that pressure in your lower back. Let's do 5 more together. I'm going to work on the lower back. Good. So I'm sweating currently and we're about halfway through. Okay, so make sure you work hard on these. We're going to go face down. This is where the microphone may get a little muffled. I apologize for that. But moving forward, we're going to make sure that we breathe. So don't hold your breath during these exercises. And if it gets obnoxious, feel free to mute. So head is going to be down, chin retracted, right arm straight out in front of you. And we're going to kick our left leg up off the ground, keeping our left hip bone down and the right arm. And then return your hand, left arm out, right leg comes high. Keep this hip bone down as you do this and return. Again and again. Good. Left arm, right leg. 5 repetitions on each side, please. And again, maintain that chin retraction. Here and here. Keep going. I'm going to get a towel because I'm sweating. Okay, next one. We're going to do both arms, but keep your feet down on the ground. So both arms out. Keep the chin retracted. We don't want to look forward. Keep your arms high and back. Legs are going to come up this time, but again, keep your hands under your chin. Chin stays retracted. Legs come up. So keep okay for those feet to turn out a bit. And release. Arms. Feet. And legs. Arms. Legs. As you may have predicted, we're going to do all of them now. Both arms and both legs, and we're going to be up on our belly buttons. Arms, legs, chin stays retracted, and relax. Arms, legs, chin stays retracted, and relax. We're gonna do two more together. Arms, legs, and relax. At home, try to hold this for 10 seconds if you can. Arms, legs, and relax. So general rule, if you're wondering how often you should do these or how much you should do, these can be done every day, and you can do a 10-second hold with a 10-second rest 10 times. Pretty much for every exercise I'm showing you. That's a nice flow where you don't have to remember different sets and reps for each exercise. So 10, 10, and 10. Okay, here we go. Arms behind you now. Hope you guys have a towel as well, because you should be sweating at this point. We're gonna retract our chin, roll your thumbs up, retract your chin, and now bring yourself up and hold and relax. So again, this is 5 or 10-second hold, depending on your capability. This exercise is called a prone cobra for obvious reasons. So chin stays retracted, pinch, roll your thumbs, and bring your body up. And relax. Let's all do one more together. Chin's retracted, pinch, thumbs, and up. And relax. Okay, arms out to the side. This exercise is called scorpion. Again, microphone may be muffled at this point, but what we'll do is bring your leg up, drive your hip to the ceiling, and then roll your body over. And back. And over. When we do this, we don't want to bring our leg really high and then come over, because what that's going to do is compress your lower back, and it'll be hard for you to get in that position. It'll start pinching the discs. So we simply bring our leg up to what's reasonable for you, where your hip bone's not coming off the ground, and then let your leg come to the opposite side. So remember, quality of the movement is better than quantity. Here, same thing here, and over. This is a great exercise for your lower back as well as your hips. One more time. Good. Rolling over onto our back now. We're going to do some bridging exercises. So from here, you're going to come up into a bridge, and we're going to our legs where they are, and we're going to keep our hips high, and we're going to take our leg away, just making sure that the knee is in the same plane as the opposite knee. And down, keep your hips high, knee in the same plane as the opposite knee. Now, if you're having a hard time with taking your legs away, we can simply come up into a bridge and then slowly come back down and bring that curvature back into your pelvis. So tilt back, come up, and slowly come back down. If you're capable of coming up into this bridge position, make sure you maintain that posture where your hips are high and you don't lose this position. And kick that leg away and hold this for 5 to 10 seconds. Once you start to slouch, it means you're fatigued and you should take a rest. Take a break until your muscles have the energy to do it again. If you have a lower back issue from this position, you can simply let your legs fall to the side and let your arm pull your legs a bit further. Here and over to the side. Good. And then from this position, you can come back up into the bridge and do a few more sets of bridges. Okay, arms up in the air. If you're able to tuck your feet under something stable for these sit-ups, feel free. If not, simply find a spot on the ceiling. Bring your arms up in the air, and then what I want you to do is reach for that spot and down. Try to do 10 sit-ups at this point. You should be around 5. Okay, we're gonna roll again back on our hands and knees. I'm gonna demonstrate an exercise that's gonna be very good for your core. My challenge is I can only do it on one side. So I'm gonna only demonstrate with me balancing on the left knee. But what we'll do is we're gonna have our left arm straight out in front of us, our right leg straight back behind us. Make sure our torso isn't twisted. Make sure you're kicking your leg back to the back of the room, driving your arm to the front of the room, sucking your belly button in to strengthen those muscles, keeping your pelvis balanced, and if possible, try to bring that right foot up off the ground. And then again, holding this for about 10 seconds. And relax. Try this on the other side as well while I take a mini break. Again, as you do this on the other side, bicep is by your ear. Opposite leg is kicking to the back of the room. Sucking your belly button up. Keep your torso and your pelvis in a stable position, which means not rotated. And then, if you're comfortable, take that foot away. Okay, at this point, I have no idea how long we've been working out together. I'm assuming about 20 minutes or so. And in 20 minutes, we covered your neck exercises. That has to do a lot with chin retraction. We covered rotational movements, hip rotation, postural corrective exercises when we're both standing as well as face down, and then obviously lower back and glute strengthening exercises and lower back mobility exercises. So in 20 minutes, you covered your entire body without any equipment whatsoever. And so what my hope is, and what my expectation is that we can get your heart rate up, we can get you sweating, we can get you mobile and strong during this time where you're unable to go work out in facilities that you're members of, so you can maintain those gains that you've had in the past, and we don't fall down this spiral of darkness, of immobility and inactivity. So please, every day, try to get 20 minutes of these corrective exercises in. Subscribe to our channel. If you have any requests about what you want to learn or what you want to see, reach out to us. We'll do it. So we're here to help you. We're all in this together. I look forward to seeing you next time.